The reports claimed that those who work for Meghan are terrified of her, and it included quotes from a source calling her a dictator in high heels who belittles people and has reduced grown men to tears. We talked to 5 staff on the record and another 2 off the record, and they say that the previous anonymous allegations made are wildly inaccurate and damaging.
Over the years, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, has faced accusations and allegations that paint her in a negative light. One recurring theme in these criticisms is the claim that Meghan promotes a toxic workplace environment, which has been used to explain the high turnover rate at Archewell, the organisation she and her husband, Prince Harry, founded. A recent article in The Hollywood Reporter, published on September 12, 2023, perpetuated this narrative by citing anonymous sources who described Meghan as a dictator in high heels and claimed that staff members were terrified of her. However, within hours of the article's release, a current employee at Archewell posted a passionate rebuttal on social media, calling the allegations wildly inaccurate and damaging. Current and former staffers also spoke out in defense of Meghan and Harry, praising them as supportive and caring employers. This video seeks to examine the origins of these toxic workplace allegations, the validity of the accusations, and the overwhelming evidence that contradicts such claims. While Meghan's critics, both in the media and within certain circles, have continually sought to discredit her, the accounts of those who have worked closely with her paint a vastly different picture, one of a compassionate and thoughtful leader who goes above and beyond for her staff and those around her. Let's dive deeper. The narrative that Meghan is a difficult boss and fosters a toxic work environment first gained traction in 2021, when the Times of London reported that she had allegedly bullied staff members at Kensington Palace, reducing some to tears. The timing of this report was no coincidence. It surfaced just days before Meghan and Harry's highly anticipated interview with Oprah Winfrey, in which they discussed their reasons for stepping back from royal duties and shared personal experiences about the challenges they faced within the royal family. It is therefore obvious that the timing of these accusations was a coordinated attempt to undermine Meghan's credibility ahead of the couple's bombshell revelations. Fast forward to August 2023, and the toxic workplace narrative resurfaced once again, this time claiming that Meghan and Harry had lost 18 employees between their time in the UK, and the US critics blamed the high turnover rate at Archewell on Meghan's alleged unbearable and condescending management style, with the media continuing to portray her as the cause of staff churn. However, these allegations have been consistently challenged by those who have actually worked for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. While the toxic workplace narrative has been repeatedly amplified by anonymous sources, the voices of current and former employees at Archewell tell a completely different story. Ben Browning, who was responsible for overseeing the Sussexes' documentary Harry and Meghan for Netflix, described his time at Archewell as positive and supportive. Despite leaving the company after his contract expired, Browning said that he and the Sussexes remain on good terms, calling the negative narratives about them untrue. Similarly, Catherine Saint-Laurent, who served as the couple's chief of staff, also refuted the claims of a toxic work environment. In an interview with Us Weekly, Saint-Laurent said that her time working with Harry and Meghan was incredibly meaningful, and that she has remained close to them since her departure. Her testimony directly contradicts the image of Meghan as a tyrannical boss who drives staff away. Ashley Hanson, who serves as the global press secretary for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and heads communications for Archewell, offered a particularly moving account of Meghan's compassion and thoughtfulness. When Hanson had to take an extended leave of absence for a serious surgery, Meghan and Harry were nothing short of supportive. Meghan even reached out to Hanson's husband daily to ensure that they had the support they needed during the difficult time. These gestures of care and empathy illustrate a side of Meghan that is rarely, if ever, highlighted in the negative press coverage she receives. Even in cases where staff members have left Archewell, they maintain that their departures were amicable and often due to natural career progression rather than any negative experiences working with Meghan and Harry. A current anonymous staff member explained that turnover is a normal part of any company, noting that people leave for various reasons, including career changes and new opportunities. They also emphasised that there are no hard feelings toward anyone who has moved on from Archewell. Instead of the toxic environment described in certain media outlets, these former staffers describe an office culture that is supportive, collaborative, and welcoming. Another damaging accusation in the Hollywood Reporter article was that Meghan belittles people and reduces staff to tears. However, those who have worked directly with Meghan have consistently debunked these claims. A current staffer stated that they had never heard Meghan raise her voice, let alone yell at anyone. Instead, they described her as someone who gives clear direction and remains solution-oriented, qualities that make her an effective and fair leader. Meghan's official email signature is another testament to her consideration for her employees' well-being. Her emails include a disclaimer that reads, "My working day may not be your working day. Please do not feel obliged to reply to this email outside your normal working hours." This simple yet thoughtful gesture demonstrates that Meghan is not the demanding boss the media often portrays her to be, but rather someone who respects the work-life balance of her team. Other acts of kindness from Meghan further challenge the negative portrayal of her leadership style. For instance, when one employee adopted a dog, Meghan sent them a luxury brand leash and collar the very next day. New parents on the team are given gifts, including high-quality second-hand baby items from Harry and Meghan's own collection. Additionally, staff members who visit the Sussex's Montecito home never leave empty-handed. They are often sent home with baskets of fresh flowers, fruit, and eggs. These small but meaningful gestures illustrate a level of thoughtfulness and generosity that is rarely acknowledged in the negative press surrounding Meghan. While critics blamed the high turnover rate at Archewell on Meghan's alleged unbearable and condescending management style, it's important to recognise that Archewell, like any young organisation, has experienced growing pains. As Ashley Hanson pointed out, Archewell is still a relatively new venture, and no company is immune to turnover or challenges during its early stages. Moreover, because Harry and Meghan are the founders, Archewell operates under an intense media spotlight, with every minor change or departure scrutinised and spun into a negative story. As a current staffer noted, the team works under an enormous microscope, and false narratives about workplace conflict are often created in an attempt to generate intrigue. Despite this, the staff maintains that the work environment at Archewell is overwhelmingly positive, with one employee even saying that they like every person they work with. In addition to this, for those who have spent significant time working with Meghan, the toxic workplace allegations are not only untrue, but also deeply frustrating. The former president of Archewell, Mandana Dayani, who worked with Meghan and Harry for 18 months, described the Duchess as a kind, decent, and caring person who is committed to supporting those around her. Dayani recounted several moments of Meghan's quiet compassion, such as sitting with grieving families after the Uvalde school shooting and personally advocating for paid leave by calling senators. Meghan's acts of kindness extend to her team members as well. She is known for being the first to wish staffers a happy birthday and for acknowledging their contributions in meetings. After big projects or trips, Meghan sends personal emails thanking her team for their hard work, a gesture that goes a long way in making employees feel valued. Therefore, it's only right to conclude that in the face of relentless negative press, the reality of working for Meghan and Prince Harry stands in stark contrast to the damaging narratives promoted by certain media outlets. The toxic workplace allegations have been thoroughly debunked by those who know Meghan best, her current and former staff. Far from being a dictator in high heels, Meghan is described as a compassionate, thoughtful, and supportive leader who values her employees and goes out of her way to make them feel cared for. It's time to move beyond the false narratives and recognize Meghan for the leader she truly is. Someone who is dedicated to doing good in the world and supporting those around her, both personally and professionally. The media may continue to target her, but the truth is that Meghan's actions speak louder than any unfounded accusations. She has earned the loyalty and admiration of her team, and that is a testament to her true character. Thank you for watching.